Link. Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am.